For today's cup of coffee, we're going to be discussing some modern time worldwide scary stuff. And I had watched a video a few days ago about mass psychosis in history. And we can see this going on in our world today. And I will post a link to this video in the description. What brought this home to me was simple, innocuous trip to a local mall. Well, it actually wasn't local. It took us an hour and a half to drive there to help celebrate the continuation of youngest kid's birthday. And it was something he wanted to go and visit a mall. Those things are becoming very rare in our world today. And it reminds him of a much happier time in his childhood. Now, this is a 22-year-old kid, and it's not just him that they're doing the retro thing back to the 90s and the 80s and different things like that. He was born in 99, so these are times to a degree that he wasn't even here yet. But they see that as simpler, and even if it was through the television shows of the time or whatever, as opposed to our world today. So, anyhow, it was a matter of us traveling to the mall, going in, different things, walking through, have these mask issues. And within that, we have, you have the ones that believe in the masks and the ones that understand that masks are not what they're cracked up to be. And you can go to the CDC website, and the last time that I had read up on that, or that somebody that I had watched had made comment on that, CDC said that the masks do nothing but to go ahead and wear them. Now that's some fine double speak there, folks. So anyhow, went into a couple of stores, and because that I do have panic disorder, which is, in with PTSD, all these different things, sometimes I will put the mask down below my nostrils because, I social distance. If I don't know you, don't get up in my space. Stay away from everybody. I want everybody to stay away from me. So first store, had no problems. Bought a couple of items, went to the store next door to it and had problems. That store was the only one on both levels of this mall that still had their entrance barricaded. And I'm like, that seems like a fire issue right there. Wonder if the fire marshal has approved that. So the employee allowed us entrance into the store. I even asked him, I said, I have a bag that has items in it. Do you want me to put this here at your checkout? And he's like, no, that's not a problem. We're almost through the store. We're actually headed back towards the exit, and this young woman that was an employee screams out at me, "Put your mask up over your nose." I turned around and I said, "I have panic disorder." She's like, "I don't care. Put it up over your nose." And I thought, oh, no, you did not. So we turned around, and she's like, the fact that she had to let us out and almost ran us down. And I thought, oh, hell no. That was one of those. So we traveled down the road. It embarrassed kid, so that caused some friction between us. So it was a long ride from Johnson City back to Bristol. While he was in a store, I called corporate, and I said, explain this to me. I said, this is what happened in your store. I said, now, if you have an issue with people who have mental health problems, you need to put a sign on your door. I said, then that's going to cause some problems with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Because this othering of people. And he was actually very pleasant. Of course, corporate is paid to be pleasant. And he said that he would have the regional manager contact me. She did contact me today. And I did tell her, I said, that when I had spoken with an attorney this morning, which I did, and it was a matter of, I could have pursued this. I said, nobody deserves to be shamed. I said, why would I allow a 20-year-old kid who doesn't know me, doesn't know anything about me, to sit there and humiliate me in a store? And she said she would talk to her about it. I said, look, I said, I'm not trying to hurt your business. hurt this store. I'm not even asking that the girl be fired. I said it's a matter of education and retraining. I said, but this is the reality of this. There have been so many issues that were once stigmatized that are no longer stigmatized. And mental health concerns are, that is one of the issues that is still quite stigmatized because it's not understood. They're working on it. And I told her, I said, look, if somebody had come in here and had bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, anything like that, that girl did everything wrong. She did everything she possibly could to trigger someone. And if it were someone who had violent tendencies, then they would have had a much bigger issue to deal with than me calling corporate. She actually said that their company did take mental health concerns seriously and that she would address it. I told her, I said, look at the cameras. I said, you'll be able to see me. I said, I've got a ball cap on. I had a black t-shirt on that had the Cheshire Cat smile that says, we're all mad here, appropriately enough. I said, I'm a little pudgy, middle-aged, unassuming looking woman. But it's one of those, you get me riled, and I've got training, folks. So within that, that's kind of a scary thing that we have gotten to that point in society where, and this is by design, I'm thoroughly convinced that it is a matter of trying to fracture people within communities, within families, different things like that. And the people, if you feel like wearing a mask, if that makes you feel safe, you do that. But as far as you thinking that you have to dictate to other people whether they can or can't or have to wear a mask, you're overstepping your bounds. And even for the people who do wear masks and wash their hands religiously, at some point, unless, if God tarries, they too will die. That's reality. And if you are that fearful of living, then you've already got one foot in the grave. So that is something that is truly, truly scary in our world today. Now I acted in a mature manner, which is unbecoming of me. Actually, this is why I pray that God will put a guard at my mouth every day, because I know me. And it's like, nobody wants to be made fun of or ashamed or whatever. But you know what? If it was a matter of God feeling the need to humble me in some way to prevent the kids that worked in that store, including, the female that's probably a Karen in the making, if it prevents them from being hurt by somebody, I mean seriously hurt, then that's fine. I've been humbled. I've had worse done to me by, young Karen. I've had a hell of a lot worse. But yeah, we need to pray for each other, and it's a matter of, God, please restore us to sanity. And if you are the Karen out there, if you are the one in the vehicle that's wearing the mask while you're riding alone, you need to do a little bit of research on some of that stuff, because you're living in fear. Fear will reduce your immune system greatly. So tomorrow we're going to feature some of Yates's scary stuff. At some point he had asked if I would continue on about my time when I was doing the channeling and stuff. Oh yeah, there's lots of stories that can be told on that. And you all give thanks for this day. And you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Know that you are very loved. If you have any comments, questions, if you've got spooky stories, paranormal stories, I don't know, do I want Bigfoot sightings? Yeah, go ahead and send me your Squatch stories if you have those. Any of that stuff to cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And know that you're very loved.
Baby, you should read.